we are making today? Yes, we are making sushi yet again. We're going to be making sushi tomorrow and the next day as well, as we close out the final couple days of the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle. So here we have some ingredients that we are going to use for our sushi. Again, this is going to be pink sushi. And in the sushi ebook, the brand new sushi ebook that just released, there is a recipe called Raw Food Romance Rolls. And these are pink sushi rolls. We're going to fill them with different things, but we are going to make the pink rice together with the cauliflower. So thank you for joining, everybody. If you want to get my brand new sushi ebook right now, currently only for 2 more days, you can get it as part of the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle 2025. We only run this bundle once a year, and there's only 2 days left. So if you wanted to get that with all the other content for just $50, go grab it now. Link is in the bio or in the description box below if you are watching on YouTube. Almond Matcha Lattes says, got the bundle and so thrilled with your sushi book and Nate's. Yes, Nate has his brand new cracker and dips ebook in there. It's called Crack Spread Repeat. So you get that when you buy the bundle. You also get the new ebook I wrote with Chef AJ called Make It Raw 4 and Raw Chef Yin's Chinese Takeout. And there's so many more from other people in there as well. If you want to see everything you get for just $50, go to the link in my bio or in the description box below. We are going to make some pink sushi. Again, Raw Food Romance Rolls, we're gonna fill them with different things. I'm just gonna talk a little bit about certain fillings that you can use as well. So we're gonna roll those up. So first up, this rice has 3 main ingredients and a 4th, which is the red pepper flakes. You don't have to use those, but we like it spicy, so we're gonna use those. We're gonna start by peeling our zucchini here. And you don't have to peel it, but if it's not organic, you're probably gonna wanna peel it. I'm peeling it because I want to preserve the lighter color. I don't want it to mix too much with the pink color. So that's probably the main reason why I am peeling the zucchini. But again, you can do whatever you like. Actually, I'm gonna use this bowl for the compost. Just put that there. Okay, so now what I do recommend when you are chopping the zucchini, you're gonna want to cut it into smaller pieces. This really helps the blender in the wet chopping process. So I like to cut it into probably about 4, depending on how thick your zucchini is, and then cut it into smaller cubes. Now with the wet chopping, you're gonna want to fill your blender about halfway with clean water. So as you can see here, we have our blender full halfway with water. This is going to be a very important part of the wet chopping. So we've got our zucchini here. We're just gonna put those in the water. Just like so. So as you can see, we have our zucchini in there. Next up, this is the most important ingredient for this specific recipe because this is what's going to make it pink. So we have roughly about ½ cup chopped beet. So you can add this to the zucchini here and check it out. All right, now you can see it's already starting to color the water with the beets. So we've got beets and zucchini. Then we are going to add roughly 500 grams of cauliflower. So this entire head of cauliflower has almost 300 milligrams of choline in it. And choline is a really essential nutrient for our brains. We really need choline. So cauliflower is one of the highest sources in choline, and it's very easy to eat an entire head of cauliflower when you're making sushi because it's so delicious. So 1 head of cauliflower, about this size, 500 grams after you take the leaves off, will make about 2 full sushi rolls. So that's roughly anywhere between 12 to 16 pieces of sushi, and you can easily eat that in 1 sitting. So that is a good amount of choline. For comparison, a banana only has maybe 11 milligrams of choline. This whole thing has 283, so almost 300 milligrams. So cauliflower is a pretty amazing ingredient, and I think we should all be enjoying more cauliflower in our lives. So all the more reason to get the bundle. Link is in my bio here on Instagram, or if you're watching on YouTube, go to the link in the description box and get yourself the bundle before it's over on Sunday. So there's only 2 days left. Tomorrow, I'm gonna say tomorrow. That's what Nate and I used to say all the time when we would be long distance dating. If there was 2 days left, we would say, tomorrow we get to say tomorrow. So tomorrow, I get to say tomorrow because it's gonna end soon. So if you wanted it, if you've been thinking about it, please go grab it. It's a great way to support us. If you want to see more content like this, please grab the bundle. It means the world to us, and most importantly, it means the world to you because you are investing in your health and you're getting a crazy deal. Because if you were to buy all of the ebooks in this bundle separately, or all the courses and all the materials, you would pay almost $1,400. So it's 95% off, but for 2 days only. So link is in my bio. We've got some stuff in here. How many milligrams of choline do we need a day? That's a great question. Women need about 425 milligrams a day. So one head of cauliflower gets you almost 300, which is pretty good. And then everything else kind of adds up. Men need about 550 milligrams per day. If you are pregnant, breastfeeding, or doing high intensity exercise, you're gonna need more as well. So keep that in mind too. So we're gonna just put our cauliflower into our water here, along with our beets and the zucchini. So we got half a head in there already. I believe there was here. And the cauliflower even looks like a brain. That's so true, right? Walnuts as well, yes. So you could have walnuts and cauliflower, and you'll get some nice choline and some omega-3s, both really great ingredients as well. So true, right? The food looks like what it helps. Supporting, right? We want to have all those supporting things. And the cruciferous vegetables are true gifts to us, right? You know, like cauliflower, broccoli, the sprouts, radishes, all of those ingredients are so incredibly beneficial. Nate says, sounds like some really cool music in the background. That's because of you, my love. Nate always makes sure that I have music on when he leaves. He's out doing some errands today. Thank you, babe. Yeah, it's like a jazz kind of style music happening. So that's really cool. I'm just joining. What are you doing? We are making pink sushi today, raw vegan style. And we are gonna have so much fun making this and plating it up and talking about different toppings and things like that. So that's what we're doing. Now, right now, we have our blender full. So I filled it halfway with water. We added roughly 120 grams of zucchini peeled. We added about half a cup of beet chopped. And we have a whole head of cauliflower, which is roughly around 500 grams. So that's all in here with the water. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna wet chop it. That means we're chopping it in the water itself. Then we're gonna strain off the water. You can use the water for other things, like you can put it in your smoothie or your dressing. If you wanted to save it, you could totally do that. But we're gonna blend this on high for 3 seconds. If you blend it too long, it's gonna be too mushy. And if you don't blend it long enough, it's gonna be too coarse. So 3 seconds, you're gonna turn it on, and then you're gonna go 1, 2, 3. We'll do it together here. So I just need a top for the blender. All right, so we have a top for the blender. Okay, so I'm gonna turn it on and then turn it on high speed, and I'm gonna count to 3. Ready? So there we go, 3 seconds. Now it's gonna look like this. What's the reason for wet chopping instead of dry? So you can definitely do dry chopping. I wouldn't use a blender for that at all. I would use a food processor if you're gonna do dry chopping. The problem with dry chopping, I've made raw sushi over the last 10 plus years, and this is the best way to do raw vegan sushi to get the rice to be more sticky. If you do it in the food processor, I found that the chunks are uneven. Some are really small, some are pretty big, and it's harder. So some of the pieces pop through the nori, it rips, and it's just not, I personally don't like the dry chop method. But again, if people like doing it, all the power to them. If they want to do that, that's fine. But this is the way that I prefer to do it. So this is the way that I teach it. So then you're gonna have a bowl, whether that's a glass bowl or a big bowl, or you can also do this over the sink if you're not saving the water. If you're saving the water, you're gonna want a big bowl so you can catch the water in there. So I'm gonna put it closer to me so you guys can see better. Here we go. Now we just put all of this wet chopped, that's a lot. I think we're gonna get 3 rolls out of this because that's a lot of cauliflower rice. So here we go, we have our blender. We're not gonna need that anymore for this. And we have all of this here with our water. As you can see, it's dripping all of the water off. And what I like to do, I should have a spoon, but I'll just use my hands, is kind of mix it a little bit in this bowl so that more of the water can drip through into the bowl. And I'm gonna need to dump a little bit of this water so more water can come through, as you can see here. So I will be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Thank you for sticking around. So I also brought a spoon with me. And what do we have here? Yes, that makes sense. I never heard of it before. We'll definitely try it next time I make it. Yes, definitely. It's such a cool way of doing it. So then I use a spoon, which I brought over, to just mix it and hopefully get a lot of the water to continue to drip into the bowl. Watermelon Lime says, hey Lissa, I made the licorice so nice. Such a wonderful alternative. And I added some anise. That tastes a tiny bit sweeter to me, but no big difference. That's awesome. I'm so glad that you made it. That recipe, the black licorice, is from Chef AJ, and it's part of the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle that you can get right now. That recipe is in Make It Raw Volume 4. So if you want to have some raw vegan black licorice candy, you are going to want to get the bundle. I can't remember this recipe in the community. So this recipe is not in the community. This recipe is in the new sushi ebook. So not all the recipes that I have are in the community. I have over 1,000 recipes now across all different ebooks. Some recipes are not in the ebooks that are in the community and vice versa. So this one's not in the community, but it is in the new sushi ebook. So if you got the bundle, you have this recipe. It's the raw food romance rolls and the signature sushi roll. Sorry, my hair is like falling all over the place here. This recipe again is the raw food romance rolls. We're gonna fill it with different things than what the recipe calls for. You know, all the fillings are always kind of suggestions, so you can always do different things. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this blender and I'm gonna put this over top to catch the remaining water. Now I have another bowl, an empty bowl, and what we're gonna do, let's see if I can position this properly. What we're gonna do is we're going to do step 2 of the rice is to squeeze out any extra water. Because we don't want that water in our sushi, Watermelon Lime says, love your pretty hair, thank you. I just put it up quick for this. So we're gonna squeeze out any extra water in this rice. So we take approximately a 1/4 cup worth and we squeeze the water out. I like to squeeze about 3 times to get all of that water. Would have been in our sushi, and we don't want that in our sushi. So you want to squeeze out as much as you can. Lissa, do you still have your daily menu app? Yes, I do. It's at rawfoodromance.com, and you can sign up. It's only $14.99 for every 3 months. So it's $5 a month to use the meal planning app. You get grocery list, you get a meal plan every week with different recipes from in the app. And I'm going to be adding more recipes to it coming soon. So if you want to join up, that's cool too. It's $50 a year as well if you want to pay for the year in advance. $50 gets you 1 year access, and that would be 2 months free, basically, if you pay for the year up front. Rawfoodromance.com. You can also find it by searching Raw Food Romance in the App Store. So Apple or Android, you can go and check it out, search for Raw Food Romance, and you can download the app itself. So that was something new that we did recently, was they were able to make it into an actual app. But you can also log in online at rawfoodromance.com. So there's 2 ways to log in. And yeah, $14.99 every 3 months. And the reason we don't charge $5 a month and only every 3 months is because it costs money every time that the monthly charge is. And at $5, it was getting very expensive. So we changed it to $14.99 for every 3 months. So yeah. Could you use a nut milk bag to squeeze? Yes, of course you can. I prefer this way. I'm not a fan of cleaning out nut milk bags. I don't like it. But another thing I noticed, one time we did use a nut milk bag and it almost got out too much water. So you can actually have this a little bit too dry, and you'll notice that it'll be, it won't stick together as well. It'll be a little bit too dry. So you do want a little water in there, but really you want to squeeze off as much as you possibly can and just get through all of this rice. If you do this, the rice lasts about a day, because when you chop it like this, you're exposing a large surface area to oxygen, so it can go bad faster. So it's not the best thing to make in advance, but if you do make it in advance, then it really works well next day. So you could make it the night before, so you have rice to make it tomorrow. And she says, okay, that makes sense. Thank you. You're very welcome. I'm here to answer any questions that you have. And thank you everybody for joining in these lives and hanging out with us and learning new things, and of course getting the bundle. When you get the bundle, that supports us, and we're able to make new content for you and go live and share. And I spend hours and hours a day answering direct messages behind the scenes, emails, that kind of stuff. In our school app, we have an online community. High five to everybody who's in there. And we do monthly challenges with daily posts in there, inspiring you to make changes, not just diet-wise, but otherwise too. That's $47 a month if you want to join in. We do raw food classes just like this, live in there. And also, if you join the community, you have access to watch all of our previous lives. So all the replays that we've done since September, because it was September that we launched the online community. You can watch all of the videos that we've done in there. There's like a wrap class. There is a sushi class in there. There's actually 2 sushi classes now. There's a class teaching you how to do the inside out rolls and tostadas, salad dressings. There's a lot of classes in there. And in fact, tomorrow in the community, we're going to be teaching how to make the marinated lion's mane and the crispy onions, which I'm going to show you here today. I've got some of those finished and ready to go in our sushi. So this is our last one. I'm just going to squeeze out the remaining water out of this last piece. And this can be very meditative. Take your time with that. Okay, so we have our rice. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna take this over to the sink, so I will be right back. And I'm back. Plants and Recreation says, hi Lissa, it's been a hot minute since I've purchased a bundle, but you got me with this one. Just got mine, so excited. Thank you for grabbing that, and thank you to everybody who has purchased. Yeah, I'm glad you got it. This is a good one because it's all brand new content. So even if you've purchased bundles in the past, you're not getting any duplicates because everything in this bundle is brand new, never before released. So for 50 bucks, it's a pretty good deal because you're getting all the new content that you might want to buy after. And if you buy it now, you're gonna have everything. So here we go. Now it's time to make our sushi. First up though, I want to show you the rice. So this is the pink rice. Again, cauliflower, zucchini, beet, and red pepper flakes. So if you want, this is kind of an optional ingredient, but I like to add a little bit of red pepper flakes to this, and we'll mix that up a little bit as we make the sushi. And just mix it in there a little. Yes, look at that beautiful rice. All right, so next up, let's chat a little bit about fillings. So for today's class, we're gonna do a few different fillings. So on this plate, I have some already chopped and ready to go. We've got cucumber. So when you cut cucumber for your sushi, you wanna have them pretty small, like about a 1/4 inch square or cubed. We have some julienne style carrot, and we also have some shredded radicchio. You could totally do purple cabbage or Napa cabbage or something else if you want to. But your fillings, whatever you put inside your sushi is totally up to you. So the Raw Food Romance Rolls recipe in the sushi ebook calls for marinated lion's mane, which we don't have right now. We will be doing that tomorrow in the class in the community. We also have some radish microgreens that are ready to go. So we're gonna put those on as topping. We also have kimchi. So this is one of our favorite kimchis, Cleveland kimchi. This is the spicy kimchi. There's also a spicy kimchi recipe in the sushi ebook. So if you can't get this brand, or if you want to make your own, which is actually even better, then you can make it from the sushi ebook. And then we also have the crispy onions. So these are the crispy onions, which we are making in the community, in the school community tomorrow as a class. These are the crispy onions, and these are amazing. These go amazing in the sushi rolls, in wraps, on salads. They're so flavorful and fun, kind of like croutons in a way. So we're gonna do those. We're also gonna top our sushi with avocado. So I'm gonna show you how to do the avocado topping today. We're also gonna put some inside, so we're gonna do that first. And then we also have some decorations. We've got some parsley, so we can use that for decoration. And we also have some cherry tomatoes. So for the cherry tomatoes, what I'd like to do is just wipe off my knife first, and I'm gonna cut these in half. And then I'll just put them back in this bowl, just because what I recommend, if you're making sushi, have all your ingredients prepared before you actually roll your sushi. So I want to have everything ready to go, because you need to go fairly quickly when you're making sushi, because the nori sheets start to kind of wrinkle up because of all the moisture that you're adding to it. So you do want to go a little fast, but as you go, you'll get used to it. You'll get better at doing it. So here we have our tomato halves. We're just going to use these as toppings. You'll see. We're gonna go decorating today for sure. So here is our avocado. So for the avocado, one little trick that you can do at home, you want to take the little stem out, and if you take the stem out and it's light green, you know it's ripe and ready. For avocados for sushi, you want to have them ripe but also still firm. So they should have just a slight give to them. So when you press on it, it's not like a stress ball. It's a little bit firmer than a stress ball, because if it's too soft, then you're gonna have some struggles cutting it for sushi, especially for the top, which we're gonna show you. I am going to grab a different cutting board. 2 seconds. I try to go fast with this and I try to have everything here, but sometimes you need to go get stuff. But the reason I'm using this cutting board is because I need this wood one for the sushi rolls. So I want to cut the avocado first, and we'll do that on here just so it's not sticky. So first we cut the avocado in half. Ready? This is my favorite part. Drum roll. Woo! Look at that avocado. It's so pretty. So, okay. Then we're going to take the seed out like that. And then you are going to peel off the skin. What I like to do for the inside is to cut it in half again. So they're in quarters. So like this, just cut it in half again. Then there is a little blemish here, but that's okay. So then you can easily peel off the skin of the avocado. You can't do this very well if it's too ripe. And if it's too firm, it's also gonna be really challenging to do. So it's kind of gotta be like that Goldilocks, just right. And this one is just right. So here we go, we'll do another one. And just take off the outside. And now for the topping, we're only gonna do one of the rolls with the topping because we're gonna use this entire avocado for the topping of one of the rolls. For this one, I'm not cutting it in half. I'm going to be very gentle and peel off the skin of this avocado so that I have a full half. Just take your time with it. This is art. Food is art. Food should be enjoyed artfully as well as tastefully. So here we have our avocado, and I will show you how we cut that one in a second. But here, these two are going to be fillings. So what I like to do, let me just pull this back so you can see a little better. Okay, so what I like to do is put the tip of the knife on the cutting board, and then however thick you want it is how high your knife is. So if you want it thick, it's up here. If you want it thin, it's down here. Then hold it and take your time and just slide your knife with the point on the cutting board. And then you get your pieces. And that is how they typically cut sushi avocado. You can usually get 3 or 4 different slices of avocado from a quarter. And a quarter is, if you have a small avocado, that's best. A quarter of an avocado per nori roll is usually the best amount. And then for this one's going on the top. Let's move this over here so you can see. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we are going to cut our avocado using the knife in little less than 1/8 of an inch slices. So you're basically just gonna cut like so many slices that are like this thin. Okay, so when you go, you gotta do nice and thin. That's why I like to hold it like this so it don't need to pop up with your knife. And I like using a thinner knife or like a paring knife for this, but the big one works as well. So once you get to the end, I like to eat the end and any pieces that come off on the knife. Okay, then what you do is you push the avocado from one of the ends and you push it so it flattens. And because it's an oily fruit, when you're flattening it, it just slides. So it's a nice glide. You don't have to be too hard with it. It'll glide on its own. And now your goal is to get that long enough to be the length of a typical nori sheet. So that's roughly like, I think it's about 7 inches long. So once you get it like that, then you can put it to the side. So we're gonna use this top on one of the rolls. But I wanna put this aside because I need this cutting board to make the actual sushi rolls. And we also have some plates here that I'll bring up. Okay, now we can make our sushi rolls. I'm gonna try to do, I might be able to get 3, I don't know. I like to portion out the ingredients, but this recipe does make 2. So let's aim to try to only make 2. I need the spray bottle, and I don't know where that is. Spray bottle, where are you? I don't see it around. You need a spray bottle with water. Give me a second. Here it is. I found it. Okay, so here is our spray bottle full of clean water. This is going to be really important for making the sushi, because what we're going to do is, instead of using 1 sheet to roll our nori, we're going to use 2 sheets. We're going to reinforce this nori sheet so we have a lot more room to fill it with a lot more stuff. So what you want to do is take your spray bottle, and with the shiny side down, you want to have the rougher side up. You're going to lightly spray the top third of the bottom sheet. Then you're going to take your top sheet and you're going to put it on the very top third of your nori and then push it down. So now you have a sheet like this, which is reinforced in the center by about this much, by about 2 inches, I would say. Reinforced. This is going to be really helpful with raw vegan sushi, and it's going to help them stay together a lot better. So now you don't have very much time, so we're going to go a little fast here. We're going to take our pink rice, our pink cauliflower rice, and we're going to press it down onto our nori sheet. And you can go up about halfway up the nori, this new nori sheet. So you have lots of cauliflower rice in here. Yes, we should be able to get 2 rolls out of this with a lot of rice in here. It's gonna be delicious and it's gonna be super pretty. So here we go. Maybe a little bit more. All right. Now, the next step is to fill the center portion. I'm just gonna make a mess. I'm just gonna make a mess in the kitchen here. Get my hands a little bit less cauliflower-y. And I'm going to start filling with our ingredients. So we've got our cucumber. So let's put a strip of cucumber here. Let's put a little bit of the radicchio. And again, you don't want to stuff these too full, because then they're going to be harder to roll. You just want to go, just a small amount. Let's put that here. Oh, we want our avocado for sure. So let's take some of our avocado and put that in here. Whew, these are going to be delicious rolls. So there's avocado. And then I would also like to put these 2 in as well. So we've got some kimchi. We'll put a little bit of kimchi here on this roll as well. I love having the kimchi in the sushi, it's so good. And then, last but not least, we have the crispy onions. Again, this recipe is in the sushi ebook. Same for the spicy kimchi and for the rice as well. So get the bundle. You only have 2 days left. It ends on Sunday night, Mother's Day. So grab it if you haven't yet. Please do that. Link is in my bio or in the description box below. If you enjoy content like this, please support by grabbing the bundle and getting some more raw food into your life. So then we're gonna spray the top of this nori sheet, and then with accuracy and speed, but still being gentle, roll your sushi. You can use like a bamboo mat if you prefer. I just like to do the squeeze and roll. Take your time. If stuff comes out the sides, that's okay. You can also slide some of the ingredients to the side, because you can always put that stuff in another roll. So just squeeze and roll. And this is the beauty of using 2 nori sheets because you're reinforcing the nori roll. So here we have our giant, this is a very, very thick, big, delicious sushi roll. What we're gonna do is we're gonna let this sit to the side while it kind of melds, so to speak. We want that nori to soften and kind of like meld together. So we're gonna let that sit. We're not gonna cut it just yet. And we're going to make a second roll right now with more nori. So let's grab 2 more nori sheets and we'll repeat the process. So here we have this one. Again, spray the top third, it's roughly 2 inches, and then put that top sheet right on top so you have an extra long sheet. And then you're gonna wanna fill it with your cauliflower rice. So you can use the rest of the rice on this one because this, again, the amount of rice should make 2 rolls. 2, maybe 3. If you're light on the rice, you could probably get 3 rolls out of that amount. But I like to do 2 rolls. My hair getting everywhere. Here we go. Flatten it down, nice. This is another reason why I love the wet chopping. It's so much easier to press down and it's more sticky, so to speak. I'll just put a little bit more. And if you have any extra leftover rice, you can just eat it like a salad or you can save it for a salad or what have you. We have a little bit left, but that's okay. Again, you could use less rice. Here, I probably have cauliflower in my hair too. You could use less rice here and have 3 rolls, but we're doing 2. So next up, we've got our cucumber slice. I do like to sometimes start with the avocado because it's kind of nice to mush the other fillings into the avocado. So here we go, avocado on here, just like so. And then we have some carrots. Put a little bit of carrot in there. Put a little bit of radicchio in here, just like so. Then we have the ever favorite kimchi. Put some kimchi on here too. You could put sushi ginger in here. You could put wasabi in here. We're gonna put wasabi on the outside, so that's gonna be fun. I'm gonna show you that in a second here. Okay, next up we've got the spicy onion or the crispy onions. Let's put those in here too. We love some crispy. So for those of you who like the tempura in sushi, you're gonna love this in the raw sushi. So good. And it gives you that nice crunch that you might be missing. It's so nice. Okay, so next up, we take our water bottle, we spray the top part of our nori roll here. My hair is just crazy today. It doesn't want to work with me. Okay. Anyways, all right, so then we roll it up. Roll it up, roll it up. And again, if you're a little messy with it, that's okay. Have fun with it. And if you have any fillings, you can swipe them to the side and then eat them later because they're gonna be delicious. And if you have any little rips, like I see a little rip on here, that's okay because it's going to be reinforced by the rest of this bottom nori sheet for us to have this amazing, delicious, perfect sushi roll. Okay, so we have all this extra stuff here. What I'm gonna do is just guide this into the bowl and we will eat this after the fact. We'll just eat it with a spoon because it's gonna be so delicious. Anyways, just as it is. Okay, so we have 2 rolls now. We have this one and we have this one. So this one here has been sitting a lot longer because this was the first one that we did. So we're gonna put this new one to the side and we're gonna put the avocado on this one. So let's see if we have room to do this. We'll take our avocado, which remember we did the avocado? So we're going to take our knife and clean it so it's not completely dirty. What we're gonna do is we're gonna slide the knife under the avocado. Usually from the side works better, but I've done it from the top too. So you're gonna get it like this on your knife. And then you're just going to gently put it on top of your nori roll, just like that. So there we go. As you can see, here's our roll with the avocado on top. And then with clean hands, you don't want to have all kinds of cauliflower or seeds or anything on your hands, because you want to like kind of press it into your sushi roll just like so. I'm gonna eat this. It's so good. Okay. So now we can cut it. Now we can cut it. Oh, this is so good. This is gonna be so good. Okay. What I like to do is cut in the center first, and then I like to cut into chunks. So we're gonna have probably about 6 pieces from this, 3 on each side. So first, you know, do a rough estimate and cut halfway through. And you wanna hold the avocado on and go slowly. Make sure your knife is completely down on the cutting board. And there you go. Look at this center. Look at that. That is going to be our roll. You can see this side as well. How beautiful, right? Okay, so we're gonna do, you could probably get 4. Let's try for 4. I like to wipe my blade before each cut. And to get 4, you're gonna have to cut them a little thinner. 6 pieces will be a little thicker. So here's 1. And always make sure that you get all of the nori on the bottom, because sometimes if you don't cut it all the way through, the nori kind of sticks and falls apart. So you don't want that to happen. Here is 1 piece. Let's get that onto one of our dishes here. We've got a nice dish here, so let's put them like that. Okay. Next up, I'm gonna wipe my knife here, cut the second piece, and make sure that your knife contacts the board so you have a full nori on the bottom too, just like that. And then put them on the plate. Wipe your blade. It's nice and clean. Let's try to get 2 more on this side. 1 and 2. There we go. And this piece, usually the end piece, I just eat it. But I'm gonna put it in this bowl with cauliflower and I'll eat it later. But here's 1 with the avocado on the top. And here's the other one. So fun. All right. Okay, next up. All right, I'm just gonna try to put this on there. Okay, now we can do this other one, again for 4 pieces. Clean the knife. Piece number 1. Ooh. Sometimes it's slippery, so take your time. Make sure you get full contact on the board. Okay. Wipe the knife. Cut again. Nice and easy, nice and easy. We can get 2 more off of this. I believe we can. I believe we can. And if the avocado falls off, that's okay. You can always just kind of place it on top because it is slippery, which is totally okay. Let's put these ones down on top here. Yes, and we can get 1 more off of this one. Should wipe that as well. Yes. Here we go. Just like so. Perfect. And then just save that piece, eat it later. The cat is meowing. Yes, so our little new cat is heavily obsessed with avocado. heavily obsessed with avocado. Now, avocado is not good food for cats. If they have like this much, they might be okay. But there is something in the skin of the avocado called persin, which is a chemical that is actually toxic to cats. So we have to be very careful with her and make sure that she doesn't eat avocado. So whenever we are working with avocado, like making sushi or a salad with avocado, we have to put her in her room with some treats and toys, because she is ravenous. Like, she would be climbing all over. She'd be climbing me trying to get the avocado. So to have a little peace, we do have to put her in her room. But she doesn't like being in the room because she can smell the avocado and she wants out because she wants the avocado. So, okay, so now for this one, without the avocado topping, it's a lot easier to cut these. So if you didn't want to get as fancy, you could just do it, you know, the standard way. So again, clean your knife. Let's try to get 4 rolls off each of these. 2, okay, 3. It's so interesting that you guys could hear her too. Yeah, she wants some avocado, that's for sure. That's all she wants, that's all she's thinking about. Okay, then take the end and just put that in the bowl. And now we have more pieces. So we're gonna use this sushi plate to plate up these ones. Let's plate them up like this. 3, 4, okay. And then we'll do this side. We get 4 more out of this one. Here you go. 1. Just take your time, make sure the knife has full contact with the cutting board. Wood is a lot easier for sushi because your knife can actually kind of like snuggle into the wood. So you want to make sure that you get a full sushi cut and that the nori doesn't drag with the knife. You also want to use a really sharp knife too. That's going to be really helpful as well when cutting your nori. So here's our last piece. Just cutting the end off here. Take your time, no rush, enjoy the process. I went outside to look for a cat. It's Dove, love. Yeah, it's Dove. She's in there. She wants out because she wants some avocado. Okay, so we have our 4 here. Let's do our 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So there we go. Our pink sushi. How awesome is that? Okay, so now what I want to do is let's do some decorating. I'm just going to move this cutting board over so we have space. We've got this mess here, which is all good, you know, we have fun. So it doesn't matter if there's a mess. Okay, so here is our plate with the avocado on top of this sushi. And then we have this plate that has the plain sushi. And we have some sauces. This is the gyoza dumpling sauce. The recipe is in the sushi ebook. Again, you can find the recipes in the link in my bio. We have the bundle going on right now, so please go grab that. If you haven't yet, go grab it. I want to do sometimes you have to think about it, how you want to do it. I want to do kimchi and sprouts on this one, and I want to do wasabi and tomatoes and parsley on these ones. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we have some wasabi that I already made. What kind of sauce will you use with these? So this is the gyoza dumpling sauce. I made one for me and one for Nate. Again, the recipe, it's got coconut aminos, little apple cider vinegar, some spices in there too. So what I'm gonna do, I have this wasabi paste that I made up, and I'm going to put one little piece of wasabi. I'm gonna take the whole chunk here out of the bowl. It will be a lot easier to do this. So we take the whole chunk, and we're just going to take little pieces off of this and put little chunks on top of our avocado here. So each piece is going to have a nice hit of wasabi. We love wasabi. One more, two more. This is a perfect amount. I'll put that one on this one down here. There we go. Okay, so we have a little bit of wasabi on each one. And then we are going to do let's do the parsley next. So we have some parsley, and all you do is like break off the end piece, so you have these little pieces of parsley. And what I like to do is just stick them to the wasabi, because the wasabi is pretty sticky and the parsley just kind of sticks really easily on there. So you can do that with the parsley. Yeah, she's trying to figure out how she can open the door. She's like really into it. And also when you're doing this, save room on the other side for the tomato pieces, because we're gonna do that too. So here's our parsley. And again, you don't have to do, you could just eat this right now. You don't have to make it super pretty or anything, but I love pretty food. I want to eat like I'm eating in a fancy restaurant, because there really is nowhere fancy for us to eat as raw vegans for the most part. Like there's definitely nowhere in Vegas. So I want to have pretty food too, so I want to make it pretty. Look how quick you made it all this beautiful food, and you're chatting with us too. Thank you so much. Yeah, you know, it really is really quite easy to make this stuff once you make it. Once you make it, you get used to it and you enjoy. We've got the raw flavors are such a combination. It's a banger, folks love it. Yes, totally. So, okay, so we've got our parsley and our wasabi. Now we've got, remember those tomatoes that we cut? We're gonna put just one tomato on top of each one. So you might wanna use like smaller tomato halves. That'll work for these. Just like so. And I hear Nate. Nate's home. We're making sushi. We've got some sushi ready for you.
I saw that.
Yes, so look at these beauties. Oh my goodness, like talk about gourmet. Let's just take the sauce off for right now.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
That's crazy.
Look at that.
Am I not the luckiest man alive or what?
Aw, you're so sweet. Look how beautiful that is. And see how easy it is? So you can make some beautiful gourmet sushi. And you know, this one I cut a little bit too thin. You'll learn. This one's definitely too thin, but it's okay, because it's gonna taste amazing. Doesn't matter. Okay, now for these ones, we're gonna do some kimchi. I'm gonna go get a fork really quick. This will make it a lot easier with the fork. Okay, so let's do fork.
Hi, girl.
And kimchi. Let's put a little kimchi on. Let's do 4 of these with kimchi. Yeah, she's in her room because she can smell the avocado. She knew I was working with it. Okay. So, yes, let's do this one up here as well. So we're gonna do 4 with the kimchi. Just put a little bit on each one. What? Okay. Okay. Woo! Falling all over the place, but again, it doesn't matter because this is our meal. We're gonna love it and enjoy it. It's gonna be so good. Okay.
Incredible.
Thanks, my love.
That looks insane.
Yes.
Holy.
I know, look at these. They're so pretty and it's so simple to make some fun stuff. Okay, so now we have our microgreens. Do you have a link for the kimchi? I don't, but if you buy the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle, link is in my bio or in the description box below if you're watching on YouTube, you can get the recipe to make one that's very similar to that. But that one we just got at Whole Foods and Sprouts carries it, but I don't have a link because it's from the grocery store. I don't have the links for those. Okay, so now we're gonna do some microgreen, or sprouts actually, not microgreens, on these ones here. Just take some sprouts, make a little pile on top. So these rolls, when they're shaped like this, when they're laying on their side and they've got like a bunch of stuff on top, that's called an explosion roll, because there's stuff exploding out of the sushi. So if you want to make explosion rolls, this is how you do it. Look at that. We have one more here. More microgreens. And I personally like to use radish. These are radish microgreens because they are spicy. They're kind of like wasabi-ish flavored as well. So what else do we want to put on here? Let's put a few crispy onions with this kimchi here. Some crispy onions just on the side. We'll do those 4 just like that. Yes. And then we've got this other topping. It's called furikake. And the recipe is in the sushi ebook as well. I've got lots of different sprinkles and toppings and pastes and dips and drizzles. I think there's 40 dressings. There's 40 dressings or dips that you can use for the sushi in the sushi ebook. So there's definitely lots of options. This one here, as you can see, there's like sesame seeds, onion, there's nori flakes and dulse in here too. So I think I'm gonna kind of decorate the tomatoes here, just like so. And this one here keeps wanting to fall over. There we go. And then I will decorate the top of the sprouts with this one. Sprouts with that one. And then I'm gonna do some sesame seeds for the kimchi one. So we'll do some sesame seeds on top of here, just like so. So yeah, there we go, my friends. That's that. We are finished. Again, you could add other things to it if you wanted. There's something like, the Korean chili flakes, gochugaru chili flakes. That would be really good. We also have this vegan unagi sauce, which is like the eel. This is like the classic sushi sauce. So we could totally add some of that drizzled on top of these, just like so. Look at that. Woo! So good. We could even drizzle these ones too. Let's drizzle these with some vegan unagi sauce. Yes, so good. This recipe also in the sushi ebook, in the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle. Link is in my bio here on Instagram or in the description box below if you're watching over on YouTube. Go grab the bundle because you only have 2 days left to get it. If you enjoy content like this, you want to see more, go grab the bundle. It helps us to be able to continue to do these kinds of things. Plus, most importantly, it helps you to add more raw food to your diet. It's all about the textures that makes everything so much better. Big flavor, yes, yes. We also had back here, I see, this is so Ital, yes. Love it, so glad. But yeah, here we go. We've got this sushi right here. Nate and I will be able, ooh, dominoes. Here we go. Yeah, dominoes happening with our sushi here. And then we have our explosion rolls that we made as well. And then we can dip that in our sauce and enjoy a gourmet meal. We also like to make our sushi with a salad. We have like a little salad on the side. So yeah, you can get creative with it. When I put that sauce on, the tomatoes got all like slippery, but that's okay. Again, it's all about fun. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to go all out if you don't want to, but you can, as you can see, it's really super simple to make it pretty. And instead of microgreens, you could do sushi ginger. We have a sushi ginger recipe in the sushi ebook too. Different kinds of toppings, you play around with what works for you, and just enjoy more fun ways of eating raw food. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining in. Nate and I are gonna go enjoy this. It's gonna be so delicious. So yes, again, you have 2 days left to get the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle. It ends Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. PST. Sarah Life Green is asking, hi, how does it work with the bundle? Is it a download or a link access? It's both. So when you buy the bundle, again, you only have 2 days left to buy the bundle. It's $50 and you get to download 32 brand new things worth almost $1,400. So it's a really amazing deal, 95% off retail if you were to buy all of the new ebooks separately. So what happens, you buy the bundle, go to link in my bio, buy the bundle, then you get an email with the download link. You have until June 30th to download the content onto your device from that email. So you do get a link, but the link opens up a download page so you can download every single item that is in the bundle. So there's 32 things, and make sure that you download all of them. Like, look at your folder when you finish downloading, make sure you have all 32 things before June 30th, because after June 30th, that link will no longer work. So make sure that you download it before June 30th. It only takes maybe 4 minutes. Nate did it on one of his lives and it only took him 4 minutes to download all 32 things. It might take you a little longer if you have slower internet, but give yourself some time and do it ASAP. We want you to get the files, so please make sure that you download them fully onto your device. If you are on an Apple product like iPad or iPhone, if you click on it to download it, it opens it, but then you have to complete the download by clicking on the little box with the arrow. There's like a little up arrow on the box. Then you can choose where to put it. I like to put it in my Books app, or you can put it in your file folder or something like that. But just clicking on it opens it, doesn't download it. So please make sure that you actually download it onto your device. So then after June 30th, you get to access all your files indefinitely from your device. So it's very important to do that too. Is it very big? Need a PC? No, you can download them on your iPhone or iPad, as I just mentioned. So again, use the Books app for Apple products. I'm not sure, I would just put it in your downloads or your file folder on Android. PC, I think, is probably the best place to store everything, because you can just download everything onto your computer and keep them in a file folder. But I would also recommend heavily for people to back up the folder as well. So put all of those files in Google Drive or Dropbox or USB stick or external drive or something like that, just in case something happens to your main device, because some people will download all kinds of books over the years and then suddenly they lose their phone, or they lose access, or their phone dies, or it didn't back up or something, so they lose all their files. And I don't want that to happen to you, so make sure that you put all of your downloads in a safe backup along with all your other important files like photos, tax papers, all that. Make sure it's in a safe backup. It's super important to back up our digital content. So yeah, definitely go grab the bundle. Again, it's a great way to support us. The link is in my bio here on Instagram or in the description box below if you're watching on YouTube, so that you can enjoy all of this brand new content from all of us. Again, after Sunday, it's gonna cost almost $1,400 retail if you were to buy everything separately, but you're getting it all together until Sunday night for $50. So it ends May 11th at 11:59 p.m. PST. Go grab the bundle. You are going to love it. The watermelon on your shirt that caught my attention. So this apron, my friend gifted me about, I would say, like 6 years ago. She mailed us a package with some bowls and some other things, and she mailed this to me. And every single time I wear it, I remember her. It's like she's here with me in the kitchen. So I do miss her. She's in Canada. I'm now in the States. But she was so sweet to get this for me. So she's like, every time you wear it, I'm giving you a hug. So that's why I love to wear this one when I do my lives here. So yeah, thank you for joining. We're gonna go enjoy this, and don't forget to grab the bundle. Again, link is in my bio or in the description box below. We'll be back tomorrow for more lives. If you missed any of the lives, head on over to my YouTube channel, Lissa's Raw Food Romance. I've got a bunch of stuff over there. I uploaded the live that I did with Chris Kendall, which was really great, talking about raw vegan myths, and also the one that I did sharing about mitochondrial health. So if you're interested in that, go over to my YouTube channel or scroll through on my Instagram. The lives are up on Instagram as well, so you can watch any of those. But yes, go grab the bundle before it's gone, because it ends on Sunday. 2 days left. Mwah! I love you all so much. And as always, fruit on.